one of the positive things about social media that I want people to understand too, and for me too, is that social media helps people forget about the embarrassing thing you did, because people just go on social media and they distract themselves with other embarrassing shit other people did. You know what I mean? Or shit they're going through. So just remember that social media is distracting other people as much as it's distracting you.
Yeah.
Which is kind of sad. You know, we want to be more present in life. But in terms of embarrassment,
We do.
don't worry. Social media has helped people have a really short attention span, and no one remembers.
Totally. Everyone's looking for their next high. So you may have been a laugh for a
you
moment.
long gone, baby.
But they're looking for their next good laugh.
No, they don't care about you.
Yeah, no.
You know?
It ain't that serious, boo-boo.
No, it's not.
Respectfully, but it ain't. You know?
Disrespectfully.
Disrespectfully.
Okay, first of all, can we just talk about the fact, we just get right into it?
Yes.
That J-Lo and Ben Affleck,
Girl.
they got married.
They got married.
I just want to talk about the fact that these two Scorpio moons, I know they're both Leos, but like these two Scorpio moons found their way back to each other after 20 years, and they got fucking married, and I'm just so happy for them, because truly, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be.
Yes.
And I don't know, I just feel like them being Scorpio moons, it makes it very special for me. Because us Scorpios, like when we know we love someone, and like if we've lost someone, or if we feel like it was the one, and like there's like unfinished business there, I feel like we will die thinking of them. We will go to the afterlife looking for them.
Oh, for sure.
Maybe I'm thinking too deep into it.
I don't think you are. I think
feel
for Scorpios, it's a forever kind of bond type of thing, especially if you got
How many
unfinished.
times did J-Lo and
Yes.
Mr. Ben scream out the other person's name when they were with other people? I just want to know.
That would be a very fun fact, because you know it happened a couple of times. And I just want to say that I'm really happy that they did it like secretively too, because like the whole reason why
it's very
like in the early
Scorpio-esque.
2000s like their relationship was doomed was because
the
there was
goddamn
so
media.
much media attention on it. And I feel like they were both at really major heights of like their careers, you know what I mean? They're solidified in their careers now. They were like super hot then.
Super hot fire.
Super hot fire. I mean, they're still super hot fire. But you get what I'm saying.
No, I know exactly what you mean. And, like, it's just insane. Because, you know, Leo is the one that wants to stand out and be seen. Beautiful energy. You know what I mean? But, like, at the end of the day, if you have a Leo sun, Scorpio moon, you are very much conflicted.
Yes.
Because even though you want to be seen and valued and loved by everybody and seen for everything that you are by everybody, if you have a Scorpio moon, you are going to feel a little bit jaded, because a part of you feels like every time people see all of you, they're going to judge you. So it makes you think like, well, why am I even showing you this part of myself? Like, I typically feel like when you have Scorpio and Leo in a chart, it's really hard because you want everyone to see all of you and accept all of you, and that's just not possible.
Yeah.
Especially if you have Scorpio in your chart, because you want people to like you for your ugly, dark aspects. You know what I mean? And like, Leo shows face when they're feeling good. You know what I mean? And Scorpio wants to be accepted for their darkness, for their negativity. Like, that's how we feel loved, is if you've seen us at our worst and you still love us. And Leo's very much the opposite, in the sense that, like, well, I'm going to show you who I am when I'm shining, and that's when I want you to love me. You know, so those two energies in one chart, it's very conflicting.
For sure, because I feel like you have to forever find the balance of, like, yes, I love this attention also, you know what I mean? And, like, I'm okay with people looking in at certain parts of my life, but there are also parts that need to be private for you, for me.
To preserve.
Exactly.
Protect what you love. I'm sorry to say it like this, hide what you love. And some people might not agree with me, and that is so okay. But, like, that is my philosophy in this lifetime. If I love something, I'm going to have boundaries surrounding that thing.
Right.
Because other people might not understand or respect my love and admiration for it. So if I were to share it to everybody, everybody would have access to it and everybody would judge it. And even though I tell myself that I'm someone who doesn't care what people think, it still hurts my feelings when people are mean and judgmental towards the people or things that I love.
Yeah.
And that's me being 100% candid with you guys. You know?
No, and I think I
have
love
to protect myself.
For sure, and I love that you say that. I feel like people who have Leo and Scorpio placements, and then people who also have Libra and Scorpio placements, I think that they kind of struggle with this in the sense that they want to be seen, they want to be accepted and loved by their community and by their friends. But Scorpio very much obviously appreciates their privacy. So like it's kind of like a battle of like, okay, I want to be seen, but like also parts of this needs to be private. Like not all of it is available to people. It's
finding that balance. Someone else who has that same energy and like, you know, this is a controversial family. The Kardashians are controversial. So when we talk about them, if you have like this need to like on each side, you're obsessed with them or you fucking hate them, I want you to just not comment anything because I don't care. Like when we talk about astrology, the people we talk about, we're using them as examples.
Yes, and
so it's not that deep,
yeah.
literally.
No.
But Kylie is a Leo sun, Scorpio moon too. You know, and like she is one of the most followed women on the internet. You know, and like her changing from like feeling like, you know, not the most confident and attractive sister to being the one that everyone idolizes next to Kim too. I feel like that was very interesting to see that energy within her as well, because she, you know, is one of the most followed women on Instagram and on social media, but she's also very private, it seems like. You know what I mean? Like, you really don't know much about her, like, personality. And if you watch interviews, like, a lot of people say, like, oh, you don't really get to see the real Kylie. And that's, like, very much her Scorpio moon, probably, is that, like, it's protecting her.
Keeping it
reserved.
She
shows what she gives the people what they want.
Yeah.
But also, like, the personal things, I feel like she's very good at protecting. And same with Kim. Kim has Libra in her chart and Scorpio. So I feel like her 10th house is Scorpio. So the way she presents herself to the world is very Scorpion.
Yeah.
Which is also why in the media she's actually shunned a lot. People have a lot, besides the shit that she does, other than that, her 10th house is in Scorpio. So people are not always viewing her in the best light.
Yeah.
And she also has a Scorpio Mercury. So she's very, very cautious about what she shares, how she communicates. But she has a lot of Libra in her chart, so she wants to share a lot. She wants people to relate to her.
Yeah.
But also she's very cautious about what the people need in order to feel connected to her. And I think as she's gotten older, she's gotten better at that.
Yeah.
You know, if you have Libra in your chart, but you also have some Scorpio, you're probably really, if you're not good at it now, you will be really good at, you know, being on that line of like, this is how much I need to share with people for them to relate to me. But if I overshare, people will use that against me.
Yeah.
It's about finding that balance between those two things.
Ooh, interesting. Because I just thought that I feel like these people who have these placements often, or ones in the media at least, I feel like they've understood like their sex power.
Oh, yeah.
In a sense. You know what I mean? And like there's the power of their sex appeal. And they know when to use it and when not to use it for the very reason that you said. It's like, okay, obviously people find me attractive and they love me and they find me sexy, but it's like I want to be taken seriously in a business manner, or I want to be taken in this way. So it's like I feel like you guys are very particular and directive with how you then present yourself to the world because of how people already perceive you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Especially people with Scorpio placements, because I feel like they're naturally seen as like seductress and mysterious, and people want to like an anomaly. People want to figure it out, you know? So yeah, I feel like especially people obviously with Scorpio placement.
Yeah. And that's Cardi B too.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? Cardi is I feel like she's a sex symbol too.
Yes. Sex
but she's also so relatable. You know? It's that balance of like, okay, here's a little bit of me, but you still don't know all of me.
Right.
Because I know what it feels like to overshare and for people to judge me, and that hurts. So I need to find that right balance. And I think people with Scorpio, Leo, or Libra energy understand that.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's crazy because I feel like on the flip side, for people experiencing that energy, we feel so close to you. You know what I mean? We feel like we're your best friends, like with Cardi B, with Kim, with even Kylie. You know what I mean? We feel like we know them to J-Lo to a certain extent. You know? Like, obviously we don't know all the inner workings, but we feel like
You're connected.
We're connected.
Yeah.
And so it's interesting that they're able to strike that balance of finding a connectivity.
Yeah.
But also a little bit of space and privacy within it.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
For sure. The thing is, it's like when everyone knows what you got going on, your feelings towards that thing will be kind of diluted with other people's feelings towards that thing. That's the best way for me to describe it. It's like, at the end of the day, we're humans having a human experience, and other people's opinions affect us. The less opinions you know about when it comes to your life, the more you'll know what you feel about it. Like, at the end of the day, I think it's important to have solid people in your circle and your community that you can ask advice from. But I think it's really important for you to have that option of who you go to for that advice and how much of your life and your problems or whatever you share with them. I think when everyone gets to know about everything that's going on with you and they just get to say whatever they want to say, no matter who they are, no matter how strong-willed you are going to be affected by what people have to say, you know? So, like, that is why it's important. Like, privacy is important to me. You know, a lot of people can have good opinions, but most people have shitty opinions, and most people are projecting, and most people are haters, and most people will not like you no matter who you are, what you say, and how you breathe. Y'all know how it goes. If you don't like someone, it doesn't matter what they say. You just don't like them.
Fix.
Celebrities, and not the specific ones I'm talking about, everybody. Celebrities experience that on a grand scale.
Yeah.
You know, people have a lot of opinions about them. That's just how it goes. Same thing for, like, at a job. You know, when you go to a job, there's someone in a position of power. Oh, everyone has something to say about them. Chances are maybe they are a shitty person, but not always. But because they're in that position of power and so many people have stories about them and everyone thinks they know them, they have all these preconceived notions about who they are and why they do what they do. Doesn't mean it's true, but you're going to believe it because everyone's talking about it.
Right.
That's why it's, like, I don't believe 99% of what comes out of people's mouths. Not my inner circle.
Yeah.
Like, if they're there, I believe them. But 99% of what most people have to say, I really don't believe because I don't know you. I don't know why you're saying what you're saying.
Well, and
what's your motive?
Yeah, and I feel like that's the value of having your close people, right? And not allowing just anybody to have an opinion on what's going on in your life. Yeah. Because it's like, if you allow anybody to have an opinion, then anybody could fuck up your day. Anybody who doesn't even know shit about what you're actually going through can all of a sudden change how you're feeling. And that's not really fair.
It's dangerous.
It is. It really is actually dangerous. Like, it will fuck your whole life up.
Yeah, it will.
It will really fuck you up. So, yeah, I love that you always, like, preach the privacy because most people need to be more private and can really benefit from, one, learning how to, like, keep secrets. You know what I mean?
Let's start
I
with,
hate to say it like that, but, like, can you keep a secret?
Your own. I think a lot of people have
saying.
trouble being a good friend, partner, colleague, whatever, because they can't keep other people's secrets. And they're like, well, how can I get better? Let's start with you. Next time something happens that you don't want to, something happens, keep it a secret for a little bit longer than normal. Because if you can't do it with your own life, you definitely are not going to care about doing it with other people's. They always say if you want to be a more loving person, it starts with self-love.
Yeah.
Everything it comes back to you.
Yeah.
How good are you at providing that quality to yourself, for yourself? Mm-hmm. If you're not good at doing that for yourself, you are not going to be good at doing it for other people. You're not.
Right.
It always starts with you.
First and foremost, it has to always start with you.
Yeah.
And if it's not, then you got to rework the equation and make it start with you.
Yeah. Literally.
You know?
Absolutely.
So.
What?
Did you see when DoorDash had the glitch?
No.
A couple, like, it may have been like a week ago now or something.
What happened?
DoorDash had a glitch. And basically people could check out and not pay shit. So people were, like, cashing out on, like, liquor bottles, getting, like, thousands of dollars worth of shit.
Honestly,
okay?
I'm here for it.
And
I'm so here for it.
Oh, yeah. It was epic.
They better not be fucking charging people shit.
I don't know exactly what happened, but I did
That's
see.
on them. That's on capitalism, and that's on
capitalism.
corporate America. That's literally on Get What's Yours. That's on Inflation Sucks. That's on gas prices are up. Liquor bottle prices are down.
Oh
That's
my gosh. I'm screaming.
I am a big
You're so
advocate
right.
for people getting what's theirs.
Yeah.
Whether that's sexually, not in a weird way, but you know what I mean. You get off, queen. You want a bottle? You get that bottle.
No, yeah. And like, I was cracking up because I saw this happen and people like cashing out and like making some money. Like even on my timeline of people like legit making money.
Did you get a bottle? I know you
I
had
didn't
the
know.
DoorDash
I know.
pass.
Girl, I was too late to it.
Damn it,
I know.
Maya.
I know, because y'all, I literally buy DoorDash every single day.
Literally.
It's like my main provider of like food.
Of goods and services. So what did DoorDash say about that?
Okay, so DoorDash was obviously pissed, and
That's
they
on
were
them. Are they
coming-
mad
it
at
was.
themselves? Maybe
Yeah,
this is
but
karma.
They were trying to come for the peoples who were obviously okay. So let me give you an example. There was someone who posted like, okay, I'm not exaggerating. They had 15 different bottles and like 4 to like 6 of them. There was like rows of it, you know, and like nice high quality bottles of alcohol. And someone posted like on Facebook Market like, oh, if you trying to like get some alcohol, came up from DoorDash. I feel like they said that, and then DoorDash like commented below, was like, see you in court tomorrow. Which is terrible.
You're a multi-billion-dollar company,
kind of dying of laughter.
and you're coming for people. Like, I am always going to be for the people.
Yeah.
Fuck these companies.
Oh yeah.
I hope the same thing happens to Uber and like every other fucking, because these companies, the monopolies they have for people, at the end of the day, as people, we need to get the fuck up and work. And by that, I mean, go get your own food, because like we're getting lazy and that's sad.
Yeah.
But I think it's a treat to sometimes want to, order delivery. And these delivery prices are insane.
Oh my God.
You guys,
They've
you're
gone
getting,
up.
what do you mean? They've been going up since the beginning of time, girl.
lot.
Like, you're getting a $10 plate, it's going to be $35.
Yeah.
In this economy, I don't think so. Like, you know what I mean? People are absolutely justified for taking advantage. I hope DoorDash loses every single case, because I'm sorry, how much money you got? Okay, yeah, you can pay that.
A surplus.
And I hate to say it, I'm a big believer in karma too. I think that this is karma for the advantage, how much they've been taking advantage of people.
Oh yeah, for sure. All the fucking little refunds they didn't give me. Literally, me personally alone, I think is enough for at least one order of like the thousands of dollars.
Also, yes, and question, the person who commented, see you in court, shut the fuck up. How much you get paid to be a social media manager for DoorDash? I want to know.
And be like, that bolt.
Do you think they're going to pay you for saying you're going to go to court tomorrow? Because I have a feeling that you're not in touch with the legal team that told you to do that. You thought you were being funny. And I don't think it's fucking funny. I'm not even,
major
this
doesn't
didn't
think it's
even
funny.
happen to me. Do you guys see how seriously I take things? I am always rooting for the underdog. I'm actually getting mad, and I'm not affected by this. How dare the social media person even say anything? Shut the fuck up, bitch. It's 5 o'clock. Go clock out.
Right. I was very shocked by that.
They're getting ballsy.
Sassy response.
These social media I'm like, Gen Z is getting hired for these positions. And I'm here for it. But like some of them, I'm just like, okay, this is not professional at all. I'm gonna need you to shut your mouth.
Girl.
It's like that Radio Shack, dude.
Yes.
Like, honestly, it's actually insane.
Have
Radio
you seen Radio Shack?
Yeah. And if you guys don't know, Radio Shack
Lord.
was like my first job ever, like in life. And like when I saw, someone sent me like Radio Shack's wild. Oh my, they added the smiling demon emoji on their verified Twitter account, Radio Shack.
Because they are on that demon time.
But look at the thing.
Oh
it's
my
not even like the typical Radio Shack. We could post it here. It's Radio Shack with like the sunglasses on. Like let me just read you some of the shit they've been saying.
Oh Lord.
All right. Are you guys actually ready?
They're not ready.
I don't think they're I don't think they're ready. Like
Guys.
I don't think they're actually ready.
There's some really weirdly sexual ones. I'm gonna just say
all
that.
of them are sexual. There's some weird. Every single one is sexual. Some brands on Twitter are just way too horny. You're talking about yourself. Need her to radio my shack. Like what? Why is my boss calling me? Is it because I'm horny?
What? Why? How are you allowed to post this? How is this person?
Not gonna lie, my boss is kind of thick.
That's extremely inappropriate.
Like, it's just crazy. Like, what?
I cannot.
Due to inflation, 6 inches is now 9 inches. They're going crazy.
Trying to come back strong.
No, like they're trying to, but they're not even coming back. They're like literally not coming back.
They're literally not.
And, you know, when they first posted something like this, I don't know, I said something witty. And I responded and I said something about like coming, but you know, I didn't use like CO. I used like CU. And then someone on the timeline was like, "You wildin'." And I'm like, no, like
they wild.
I'm like, no, this hits deep. Like, this was my first job. It's personal for me. You know what I mean?
Yes.
No, like, truly. So I'm like, oh, you want to be funny. But back to the subject. I feel like these companies are wildin', and I'm here for it. As long as it doesn't get too creepy. Imagine they go to court and like we're one of the people. They're wildin', but like as long as it doesn't get too creepy, I'm okay with it.
You're like Charmed and Dangerous sad.
We're lawyers for the people.
Oh my god. Oh, the other weird thing that I want to say, since we're talking about weird scandalous companies, and you talked about Uber being like equally scandalous because they are.
Since the dawn of time.
Yeah, I saw this article about how they were doing really shady shit with their computers whenever governments were trying to because, you know, okay, so Uber started in the United States and they were trying to expand worldwide. And when they were trying to expand worldwide, they were being really, really aggressive and shutting down like taxis and other like type of startup companies similar to like Uber.
Yeah.
Really, really aggressive with their tactics.
I believe
and whenever the government would come around, all of a sudden computers would go black.
Stop.
They were purposely hiding information from other governments so Uber could have the leg up. This was happening like a couple years ago. It's now just all being revealed. And of course, they're trying to like cross their tracks like, oh my God, Uber's doing better now. Like, don't judge us off of our past mistakes. But like,
no, I've never believed Uber. I think they're trash. I really do. I
mean,
I need to stop using them, truly.
It sucks because the idea that was created off of Uber and Lyft is really great.
But it wasn't created off of them. Sidecar was here before.
I know.
And that's just in San Francisco. It was called Sidecar. I'm sure like we said, there's
so many
other companies with the same business model that were created in other cities, other countries. They weren't the first ones to do it.
Yeah.
In luck, whatever it may be, either way, they were the ones that were able to monetize and, you know, stay in the industry longer than other companies.
Well, now
they were going to be a monopoly.
They did it illegally.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, and also all this, like, all the sexual allegations.
Yes.
All the sex allegations against them in numerous countries of their drivers doing some really, really disgusting shit.
Yeah, drivers and employees.
Yeah, like it's disgusting.
I just,
oh man, I don't know. I feel like every episode we get into it about these companies, but they just need to fucking do better. You make so much money. You
for real
literally are protected more than people in this country. The least you could do is just fucking be a good corporation. Right. You know what I mean? You are still going to make so much money. Just don't do shady shit. Why is it so hard? Like, why are people so greedy? Why are people so disgusting? Because I'm not going to talk about the corporation. There's people
for sure
behind these corporations.
Well, because they also monopolize off
and
of
it's
the
disgusting.
fact of oppressing us by taking from us. You know what I mean?
I just think it's so gross because no matter what, they're going to be rich. Why do you need to be rich and disgusting? It's like they go, do you get off on it? Do you get off on They do. What do we talk about? What do we talk about with the fucking, who is the number one customer for these dominatrix clubs? CEOs.
CEOs.
Because they know they're doing, literally, look it up. They're doing disgusting shit. And because they feel like they're doing bad things, they need their karma. So they go and they get their
need this power structure dick stomped on
so they can feel a little
heels.
better about how much they're fucking over consumers
and all of the American
people.
I low-key feel like they may be even fucking over, like, artists and shit. Musicians, actors. And that's saying something because even they have millions of dollars. Yeah. And I feel like y'all shouldn't be having that much money. But nonetheless, with how much money they have,
let's
the
talk
Bezos.
About who shouldn't have that much money? How about fucking...
Nobody.
How about fucking professional... sports players.
Oh my god.
The fact that they get like $500 million. Why does one person need that much?
You don't. And that's what I'm saying. It's like, I respect your craft, but you don't, quite frankly, you don't need that much money. You've already been generational wealth.
No, let's talk about it. I respect my mother's craft. She's raised 6 children in a foreign country. She should be getting paid $500 million. I could argue with the fucking judge about that. So shut the fuck up about your craft needing that much money. I don't give a fuck. You guys, I really don't. I respect people who are good at their jobs. I respect people who are good at their craft. But I don't think people need to make that much money. And if they do, why doesn't everyone? It's just disgusting that people in certain industries make that much money. And one person doesn't need that much money. They just really don't.
No. The things we value in America are so twisted because it's really not like this in other countries. You know what I mean? Like, my boss now was a teacher in South Korea, and they pay their teachers a lot because they actually value education.
Oh, girl.
You know what I mean? Like, but that's obviously not us here, where basketball players, fucking singers make millions of dollars, and teachers are barely trying to scrape by when they build our future. Like, it's just so...
It's also wild here because people don't even give a fuck about families here or your home life here.
No, not at all.
You know what I mean?
No, not at all.
But, like, these people are getting paid a lot of money. Mm-hmm. You want to know something funny about teachers? In San Francisco, certain schools just created these homes in the schools for teachers to live in so they can pay for their rent. Yeah. First of all, why the fuck would I want to live at work? So when I call out, someone can be in front of my door like, hey, it looks like you're here. Here's what you need to do. Bitch, I don't want to see you at work. I want to go home.
I'm so anti this, too.
It's so like, weird.
What do you mean my value really then is tied to my work?
You know, they felt justified to do this because a lot of people are working from home.
Oh, yeah. And also people can't afford to live in San Francisco. No.
It's just strange.
Like,
lower the fucking rent. Rent in Manhattan went up to $5,000 a month. That's the medium rent in Manhattan. And I'm sure it's very similar in San Francisco, too. Yeah. It's disgusting.
No, most people cannot live. It's funny, too, because I literally just got a notification today that San Francisco minimum wage went up, which is much more than I'm sure any other city or state in the U.S.
But it's still low for how much rent is here.
Enough. It is not enough.
Nobody cares. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you. Shut up. I can't.
I just have to say, like, I personally love when we talk about this because we are from the Bay Area. Yeah. We have worked at tech companies. Yeah. We've worked at startups and large tech companies. Mm-hmm. So we see the toxicity from both sides.
Literally. It's gross.
And I feel like we're a family. Right. We know the tech business
more than anybody,
like, the average freaking person,
more than people. We've worked at tech companies since we graduated college. Smallest and biggest, right? So we understand the toxicity that lives within the culture of working, in a big city, right? And feeling like, I'm living it up, I'm a techie. But then, like, you're, like, kind of just surviving.
Yeah. Well, because it's like they try to get you, and we know this, with the benefits and perks of, like, the free meals, the happy hours, the great other benefits that they're able to provide. Maybe housing in the sense of teachers. But that is not enough. How about you actually pay me enough to be able to afford my own rent?
Yeah. Pay me enough to choose what I want to do.
Yes.
Because I feel like they pay you enough where you're kind of forced to do what they want you to do.
Yeah, they pay you just enough to like keep you there, and then the perks are really what keep you there.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I'm making just enough, but these perks,
yeah,
you know what I mean? It kind of sends it over the edge, and then
It
you're
really
like,
does.
okay, well, I'm actually not happy here. I'm not really making that much money. The benefits aren't that great. That's always what it comes down to for most of these tech companies.
it's true. And like at the end of the day, how often do we preach to you guys about like the importance of going after what you want and doing what you love, you know? But when you don't have enough energy and when you look at a system that is so fucked, sometimes it's debilitating to even think of anything else. You know what I mean? Like it is. It's so hard, you guys. Like truly. And y'all know that we took a break last week. Like I started a new job last week. It was my first week. And like truly working during the pandemic, working from home and then having to go back on site and then finding a new job and then, you know, trying to find that balance between doing what I love and like, you know, working in a new environment, understanding the role. Like it's so hard, you guys. And I say this because I know there's other people out there who are trying to do what they love, but they're, you know, stuck working somewhere where they just need to make ends meet, where they just need to pay the bills. And like I think everything about our society sets us up to fail. Like, when it comes to going after what you want in the fucking American dream. I fucking hate that term, by the way, the American dream. I think it's such bullshit. I think it's such a dream. Literally, it's in the word itself. It's a dream. It's not real.
The only time you can believe it is when you're sleeping.
Yeah.
Damn near.
And, like just going off of my own experience, like, I have to fight hard to do what I want to do, which is my creativity, my art. Because, like, it's so easy to, like, do my job and tell myself I'm so tired just from that. Like, I don't have time for anything else. It's so easy for me to do that. So when we take breaks, you guys, like, I don't think it ever comes off as we're being lazy. And if you ever thought that, please unsubscribe because, like, you don't know us at all. Like, and you don't know how much energy we put into
how much we love doing
our jobs and then having to do this too because we love doing this. So, like, I say this because I want people to understand that, like, if you love something and you think it's worth it, I believe in you. You know what I mean? Like, no matter how tired you feel, no matter how much you feel like it's not worth it, if you have a love for something and a passion and a thirst for something, and you just find a little bit of time to do it after work or after your other obligations, more power to you. I believe in you. Keep doing that. Because, like, at the end of the day, that's what makes me feel alive.
For sure.
Work, I do my day job to survive. You know what I mean? This is what keeps me alive. This, my art, my relationships that I value, those are the things that keep me alive in life. Like, but capitalism, it makes you think that, like, no, like, your job is what keeps you alive. No, you pay the bills, but really, like, if I was just doing you, actually, I would be really dead after work. And not dead in the sense that I'm tired, dead in the sense that I have no purpose.
Yeah,
I have no heart.
soul.
Exactly. And, like, that's why it's worth it to me to power through the tired feeling and to do what I love and to find time to draw, you know, because, like, it makes me feel alive again. Even though I'm tired, it makes me feel alive.
Yes.
If that makes sense to you guys.
For sure. And I feel like there are steps to this shit. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like both Sarah and I did things personally that, like, were our own personal hobbies before we started pursuing our dreams. You know what I mean? Like, we found a set of, like, okay, this is our job. This is things that we have to do to make us happy. And then we also went a further step to say, like, we're pursuing our dreams and goals. You know what I mean? And I understand and I want to empathize that not everyone has figured out what their dreams and goals are yet, right? Like, it starts with you figuring out what your hobbies are. Sarah loves to draw. I love to sing. I love to dance. You know what I mean? Everyone's form of expression is going to be different. But when you are expressing yourself after that long day of work or exercising after that long day of work, at the end of the day, you're picking you, you know? And that's what ultimately we are always doing. And I hope you don't get mad at us when we pick us and say that, hey, I'm tired today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't want you to get mad at you when that happens for you too, because sometimes I'll be honest. Sometimes I get mad at myself when I say, hey, I'm tired today and I can't do this.
Yeah. You know, it's an empowerment thing. You know what I mean? Like when you do things outside of your job for you, you find value in the other aspects of you. You know what I mean? So like that's why like even how much do we talk about like relationships? Like don't put all your eggs in one basket when it comes to like just focusing on your romantic relationship, because if that falls through, then you feel like you have no sense of identity.
Right.
Same thing with work. Like doing this, having my passion projects, like when I don't do well at work and when I have a rough day at work, I have other things that make me happy, you know? And like,
so key.
I think in this day and age too, especially like if you are following creators that you know that creating is not their full-time job yet, you need to be, or I hope that you guys can be sensitive to the fact that all their energy is not just kept for, this, for creating. Like they're different than the creators that have their channels as their full-time jobs. Like we work 40 hours a week.
Yes.
If not more sometimes.
Yeah.
And then, we do our own things too. And then we make time for this because we fucking love this.
Right.
So like, and not just for us, for other creators too. So if you're following small creators and maybe you see them being a little bit inconsistent or maybe taking breaks more than your average creators, well, ask yourself, is this their full-time job? Because if it's not their full-time job, they're probably a little bit more tired because they're, they have this balancing act going on more than the average creator, because they still have to survive. We still have to survive.
Right.
And more than anything, everyone in life, not just creators, like people obviously would love to make money doing what they love, but that's not always their reality at the beginning or even the middle.
Yeah. Or even sometimes the end.
Ever.
In all honesty.
Yeah. Because some people, I hate to say it like this, some people give up.
Yeah.
It gets too hard, or maybe things come up in their life where they just can't do it all. And I empathize with that.
For sure.
So it's just different for everyone, and that's why I want everyone to be more empathetic towards what creators are going through. Mm-hmm. And all the shit they have going on. And same thing for you with your friends or your parents or yourself.
People
like
in general.
if you just have a lot of shit going on, don't feel bad about something taking the back seat.
Right.
Or even if you have one thing going on, sometimes depression, your mental health, it takes over. I'm an advocate for that, Mm-hmm. I know what it feels like for you to be on top of your game and all of a sudden, fuck, my mental health is declining. My depression is crazy right now. My anxiety is going crazy right now. I literally am not excited about the one thing I was so excited about yesterday. Yeah. That happens.
Totally.
You have no control over it.
Yeah. And I feel like actually it's sometimes hard because there are times where I feel like I'm really in a groove and I feel like I'm in my stride.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of how hard I'm working. And then there's like a quick switch where I'm like, shit.
It's happening.
I'm burnt out. Mm-hmm. I'm overworked. Mm-hmm. And I don't always know when that happens. Mm-hmm. And like I'm sure people can relate to this. And like I really have no advice to it except for the fact like I'm trying to figure it out too. And it sucks because I want to be able to recognize that better of like, I'm going strong. It's time to take a break, not keep going strong. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I feel like people get so hard, people, me included, get so hard on myself, on ourselves of like finding our balance where some days we go really hard and then we're always comparing ourselves. Well, shit, I didn't go so hard today. You know, you're always comparing yourself to when you went really hard that day, but it's like you're not always going to have the energy to go that hard. So why are you comparing that level that you could go to that one day compared to the next?
That reminds me of one of my favorite self-help books. It's called The 4 Agreements, and one of those agreements is do your best. And if you think of the saying do your best, like I feel like how do you interpret that? If someone tells you do your best, it just means like
I feel like it's pretty generic. It's like try your hardest.
Exactly. Like just give it your all, right?
Yeah, give it your all.
And that's the thing. This book, it doesn't mean that. When it says do your best, it doesn't mean do your best. Like it literally explains your best varies day by day. Today's best is different than yesterday's best. Yes. And not a lot of us understand that about doing your best. Mm-hmm. Your best today may be different than yesterday's because maybe today you're sad. Maybe you had a really hard workout yesterday. Today, you're going to feel a little bit more tired. Yes. Maybe you're grieving. Maybe all of a sudden you're grieving today, so your best is different than yesterday. Maybe you're sick, you know what I mean? Or maybe you're feeling on top of the world. Oh shit, you got so much motivation today. Your best is so much better than yesterday's best.
Yes.
Not better, but higher, you know? So like, I want everyone to maybe internalize that too. Your best every day is different. So just do your best and don't do more. Because if you're, you know, you talked about like feeling burnt out. Sometimes we want to catch ourselves before we're burnt out. And that's when you have to check in with yourself. Like, okay, well, I've been doing my best for a while now. But right now, this is what my best is. And I'm going to give that. I think we think people are going to notice this change. Oh, well, she was really on top of it yesterday, but today she's giving a little less. People are too busy thinking about themselves to worry about you.
That part.
They don't have a little calendar of rating you from 1 to 10 day to day. They're literally doing that with themselves. But we think they are.
We do, because we're also so self-involved. Like, I do. Like, you said that, and I'm like, fuck, like, I be thinking that.
Yeah. But everyone has their own problems.
Yeah. I mean, everyone's so self-involved.
It goes back to my book. That's one of the other agreements. Don't take things personally. Because everyone is living in their own world. When you take things personally, you think everyone's worried about, they don't give a fuck about you. Literally. They don't care. And not on some, they don't care. Like, they don't care because they're too busy about themselves. You know how many people think that you're sitting there worrying about them when really you're worrying about you?
Right.
It's a chain reaction. So understand that about life.
It's like everybody sitting in a room worrying about themselves.
Literally.
Thinking that other people are worried about them, but you are the most concerned with yourself.
Exactly. But it's hard because we really think, how many times, I don't know how you guys deal with anxiety, but how many times have y'all left a room, a party, the work day, and you thought you did something embarrassing or something dumb, and you think everyone's thinking about it. They're not. They're thinking about the thing that they think everyone is thinking about them. You know, again, it's a chain reaction of thinking everyone's sitting there discussing you.
Yeah.
Now, this is different if we're talking about like Will Smith and like when he slapped. Everyone was thinking about that. I can't. Like, you know what I mean?
Everyone was
like
really
moments like that.
Which is a shame.
Moments like that, yes, everyone was thinking about you. But again, for how many days, how many minutes? It's not forever.
Right.
Even a drastic thing like that in front of the whole world. People will get over it.
Dying, actually.
Right?
Yes. And I would just like to say, most people's problems aren't obviously spotlighted like that.
They're not.
That was a really great example because everyone was talking about it. But you ain't Will Smith, baby. You know what I mean?
You're not. But also, people forgot about it. So think about it. If people can forget about that,
the slap of the year,
people are definitely not thinking about you. And you know,
it's true.
One of the positive things about social media that I want people to understand too, and for me too, is that social media helps people forget about the embarrassing thing you did, because people just go on social media and they distract themselves with other embarrassing shit other people did. You know what I mean? Or shit they're going through. So just remember that. Social media is distracting other people as much as it's distracting you.
Yeah.
Which is kind of sad. You know, we want to be more present in life. But in terms of embarrassment,
We do.
don't worry. Social media has helped people have a really short attention span, and no one remembers.
Totally. Everyone's looking for their next high. So you may have been a laugh for a moment.
You long gone, baby.
But they're looking for their next good laugh.
No, they don't care about you.
Yeah, no.
You know?
It ain't that serious, boo-boo.
No, it's not.
Respectfully, but it ain't. You know?
Disrespectfully.
Disrespectfully.
I want to talk about something really funny.
Tell me.
Okay, so do you remember when I visited New York and I talked about, like, Maya, like, I know I always talk about how much I love New York, which I still do, but when I visited, I'm like,
dirty.
Maya, like, it was so dirty.
Yeah,
like, why was
yeah.
there trash everywhere? Like, that's not okay. Like, it's New York, but, like, fix it. So I saw the other day, because I don't know if you've seen, but, like, people hate the new New York mayor. Like, they don't fuck with him.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so, like,
yes.
everyone,
yes, I know this.
Everyone was talking about how, like, it smells like trash. Like, do something. And I'm like, oh, even the New Yorkers agree. Finally, it took you guys, like, 6 months. Because I visited in, like, October. And I'm like, y'all need to fix this.
It's bad.
Anyway, so I guess the New Yorkers been complaining about it. And tell me why this mayor got in front of a TV and was like, I don't smell trash. I smell weed. Like,
No, he did not.
yes, he did. And I want to get your honest reaction. Like, what do you have to say about the fact that he blamed the smell of trash on weed? Because I personally feel disrespected. As a weed advocate,
yes.
How dare you? Skunk weed. Okay, maybe a little similar.
Right.
Weed trash.
Never.
These are mutually exclusive things.
Serious problem with him disrespecting the beautiful green leaf in that way, first and foremost. Secondly, how can you avoid the disgustingness of New York?
That's what I mean.
Okay, and this man is really trifling. Okay, I've seen other interviews. I remembered who he was now. He lied, first of all, trying to act like he's with the people. And now you want to be like, oh, it stinks because of the weed. Fuck off, dude. Like, fuck off. Do your job. Clean up the city.
No, literally. He's talking about how it smells like weed everywhere. I'm like, no, it smells like trash everywhere.
In San Francisco. Yeah, right. No, clean up your streets.
Like, it's weird. You need to figure it out. There's literally rats running to the garbage. Like, it's gross.
Oh, my gosh.
No,
all
it's
of
gross.
Just stories.
You could create more jobs by, you know what I mean, hiring more people to work for the sanitation system.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to run for mayor 2024 in New York.
Let's move to New York, baby.
I already know what my poster's going to look like. It's going to be me.
And the joint next to a trash.
Welcome to me. I do feel like a special... I feel a special connection to New York because it's the first place I landed when I immigrated. Like, when I remember that, I'm like, I'm a New Yorker. No,
New York cabin puts New York cabin tips on.
Actually, that's really funny. Honestly, if you're from New York and you want to roast us a little bit, go ahead.
Hysterical.
Guess what? I got thick skin because I'm from New York too.
Okay, actually, I will say this very funny story.
Just straight up clowning on this episode.
Sarah and I danced our way across America to New York on a flight.
First of all, that was the best flight. Like, we danced our way. Like, we had a tour.
I'm like, damn near we did.
No, we did. You guys,
we did.
It was honestly one of the best flights of my life.
The best flight. Don't disrespect that
how
flight.
How much am I scared of heights and flying?
Extremely.
Yeah.
Doesn't like it. But that was the most lit flight I've ever been on.
Yes,
I have no fear of flying.
We were sitting? Literally by the bathroom. We were in the last row, like straight up. No, we were on the second to last row, but we were going to be sitting next to this man's.
Right.
And we looked back and we saw that, the 3 seats behind us were open. So we looked at the lady. What do they call him?
The flight attendant.
And we were like, can we sit there? She's like, yeah. So we got there and we just kept getting shot after shots. And I have Snapchat stories to prove it. And what's really funny about these Snapchat stories is that we're sharing headphones. So, we both have like an AirPod in one ear. I'm playing music. But in the Snapchats, like, we think the people are hearing the music we're listening to, and we're just, like, dancing.
We're going hard.
Like, we're going hard. They're lit. But by the end of the flight, like, not even by the end, the middle, the end, all of it, beginning, we were going so hard back there that as people were waiting in line for the bathroom, weren't they dancing with us?
Oh, they were dancing with us. They were telling us how lit we are. People offered to take our picture. Like, it was a whole thing. We can look back on my camera roll, and we have random photos of people on my nice DSLR camera that we're using now, taking photos of us because we were that lit.
No, it was actually so freaking great. And then all of a sudden, I swear, it was 2 minutes, and they're like, we've landed in New York. I'm like, what? Let me get my Timbs. No, truly, it was one of the most iconic flights of my life.
The most iconic.
And I've never been more stress-free.
No, that was literally the best flight of my entire life.
Almost like I took half a Xanny.
Oh my God, almost like. I feel like at one point they really just started giving us those little mini shots.
No, I feel like they did. I think Actually, the Snap
They were
story.
like, "You're so lit."
The Snap story started with me. Y'all know the little mini bottles, right? You know how when you can like angle a camera in my Snap, like I wasn't actually trying to lie to people. I showed it at the end, but at first I like made it seem like it was a normal size bottle. Like I moved the camera back so it looked like it was a big ass bottle going.
Like the Bow Wow chant.
Literally, I'm in first place. You know,
so fun.
actually
Really
comical times.
great time.
That's the shit I'm gonna think about when I'm 80.
Oh, same.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like actually.
Yeah. Let's bring it back to the Zodiac quick facts.
Yeah.
Y'all watched last episode. We talked about some quick facts that I saw on Instagram. And we're checking them if they're real facts.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so this one says Virgo speaks the softest.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think Virgo and Libra, you know, being next to each other on the astrology, on the zodiac wheel, it makes sense to me. Because, yeah, I think Virgo does speak very softly.
They definitely do.
And slowly, I have noticed
Very
as well. I don't know why, though, because the shit they be saying is very aggressive.
Right.
But they say it very softly. So it almost confuses you. Like you think they're being gentle.
And they say it real slow to you where you fully comprehend. And
Like a child.
Yeah.
It's almost like they're talking down to you, like you're her child, actually.
Yeah. I don't like it. And
I like
agree
it when they're
that
doing it to other people.
I agree in the sense that it's like speaking the softest because I feel like they always feel like they know it all, like they're the master of what they're kind of speaking on. So they're like, I'll speak to you softly about like you know what I mean? Like I know best, honey. So let me just tell you. And I feel like that's how Virgo thinks they're coming off, but it's never actually how you're coming off.
I feel like the energy is very much like, oh, you're so stupid. Like I can help you. Aw. Like almost like they feel sorry for you.
Yes.
That's how they talk to you.
Yes, exactly that. Exactly that.
It's so disrespectful.
So they have to speak softly because they think you're stupid.
No, yeah. I also sometimes feel like Virgo talks slowly and softly because they want to make sure that they get it right.
Yeah.
Like they don't like to repeat them. Actually, they love to repeat themselves. But you know what I mean? Like they want to make sure, that what they're saying is understood.
Yeah.
Unless they're feeling like that frantic Virgo energy. But like typically I feel like when they're comfortable, they want to make sure that they only say it once.
Yes. They're very methodical. So it's like, I'm going to take my time to teach you this one time so hopefully you learn.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. They're very patient.
They are very patient. And they will say it again, but
they will think you're stupid. If Virgo has to repeat themselves, they will think you're stupid.
Especially if they slow down and said it to you nicely, which is how they normally would like to operate.
Yeah.
So if they're coming to you from a frantic place, like they're not at their best. But
it's true.
Yeah. So if they're taking their time,
a frantic Virgo
speaking sweetly, softly, calmly,
it's a joy to watch.
Right. And you still don't get it, they think you dumb.
No, for real.
Straight up.
No, for real.
Straight up. Not teachable.
But teachable, because if they see that you're broken, they're ready to fix you.
Oh, they gonna try.
No, like, it's a project.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they almost get a little excited.
No, it's their life's duty to then teach you.
Yeah.
Because they feel like they're the best teachers to get it done. Mm-hmm. You know?
They could finish you. They're the finisher.
They will.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Who is that dude from that one movie that he, like, builds the dolls? Like, that's a Virgo. He, like, fixes them, too. What is that, Pinocchio's dad? Who was it?
Oh, yeah. Giuseppe. I think that's his name. I don't really know. Let's go with that.
And we'll end it on that note.
Giuseppe.
People are like, what the fuck just happened at the end of this podcast? Blame it on Cancer season. You know shit gets weird during Cancer
True
season.
me.
Oh my God. Actually, we'll end it on this note.
Tell.
You ain't ready.
I'm always ready.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to refer back to my tweet.
I was a bad wink.
All right, so I tweeted, so Elon Musk's dad had a secret relationship with his stepdaughter. Ricky Martin might have had an incestuous relationship with his nephew. Addison Rae's dad was having an affair with a young girl. Cancer season / that Cap full moon really out here exposing the dark side of family dynamics. Every statement I just made, you can go Google and, learn more about yourself. But yes, those things were in the media within the past week.
Okay, you right. I wasn't ready.
Yeah, didn't I tell you?
That's kind of...
It's wild. It's just wild. Yeah, the Cat full moon.
Wow, it came in strong for me.
It kind of came in disgusting for me.
I didn't like it at all.
Like, honestly, it was a lot.
I mean, I'll be real. I never really like a cat moon. Like, even just, like, as a transit.
I mean,
a full moon?
It's very serious undertones.
Yeah.
But, yeah, the full moon during Cancer season, it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's heavy.
Mm-hmm.
It's especially hard dealing with a Capricorn full moon energy for everyone because it exposes you and the parts of yourself that you're, like, the most ashamed by.
Yeah, and I feel like even though Taurus can be harsh, it doesn't, like, handle it as harshly as, like, Capricorn does, and, like, how harshly it kind of...
It's that Saturn energy.
Yeah, and how hard it, like, judges you. And you judge yourself, ultimately. It's not, like, anybody really judging you. It's how hard you judge yourself. And that's the harshest reality to come to is, like, damn, I am my own worst enemy.
Yeah.
Like, no one else talks to me as negatively as I do to myself.
Yeah, and where does this come from?
Yeah.
It's that generational trauma.
Mm-hmm.
So sit on that.
Sit on that.
And on that note, we love you guys so much. Cancer season has been a lot, but
a little too much. But
what's
it's fine.
life without a little bit of healing, a bit of drowning, and a lot of bit of crying?
I'm so annoyed because every Cancer season, I think I'm gonna come out on top, and I don't.
Well, you know what?
like Cancer season 28, Maya none.
No, Cancer season is just it's that bitch. It's that bitch. And it's the moon rules over Cancer, so like of course we're gonna be feeling really, 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 really emotional. And feeling emotional is hard, even if you're happy. Because when you're really, really happy, there's gonna be a come down of feeling really, really sad. So that's just life. We love you guys.
Yes.
We hope you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to comment down below. If you're listening, don't forget to review, share it with your friends.
Yeah.
We love you guys so much. Like I said, links for our socials are going to be down below.
Have a great weekend.
Yeah.
We'll see you on Monday.
Bye.
Bye, baby.